Colilo, and I am joined here by the amazing Courtney McCarthy. Hello, Courtney. Thank you for joining us.
Hi. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited.
I'm so happy to see you. And, it's interesting because Courtney, guys, if you don't know Courtney, she is so many things. Where do I even start? So, first of all, her involvement with Happy Healthy Women, she's a trailblazer with Happy Healthy Women in our Guelph branch. She runs a company. She is the founder of a company and runs this incredible company called Loyobo FIT. And they are all about loving your body and body positivity. And if you are looking for a space or if it's not in person, she does virtual stuff too, get your body moving, among people who are just incredible and accepting and loving. This is the place. Courtney, I love everything you do. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. And so today we're talking on body positivity, but before we get to that, I want to hear your story because I think this is so important to share of why people end up starting their businesses. So do you want to share a little bit about you and how you started Loyobo?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll give the Coles Notes version because we could do a whole topic on
For sure.
Fitness is never something that I pictured myself getting involved in. I actually went to school and have a master's degree in politics and worked for the feds for a while. And it was through my own journey of being unhappy with my life, being unhappy with my body, feeling really unhealthy in my body. I suffered from IBS and would have debilitating symptoms that would keep me from work and from living my life. And it was through that and I tried every cleanse, diet, detox, whatever you can think of, I've done it. And I discovered Zumba, and I discovered this amazing woman in Ottawa who taught a class where she was just like a regular person. She didn't have what you would typically consider a fitness instructor body. And everything that she was about was just getting women moving and having fun. And I got so emotional in her class so many times because it was like every light bulb epiphany. I was like, is this what it's supposed to feel like? Is this how having fun in my body is supposed to feel like? So it became my mission to kind of recreate that space for other women on my own to give other women that kind of epiphany that I had. And Loyobo FIT came out of, after I became an instructor and I started working for gyms. And there was a time that I'd worked for, 12 different gyms. And it really felt like every single one was the same. And just a really unhealthy treatment of employees, a really unhealthy attitude towards their members. And the feedback that I got from women over and over and over again was that they didn't feel safe in those gyms, that often they would just come for my class and they'd kind of ignore the rest of the gym, or, that there was just the same message of it didn't work for them. It didn't work for their bodies. A lot of them didn't want to do the things that they were promoting, like intense boot camps or weight loss or whatever. And I just said to myself, I was like, there has to be a different way. There has to be a way. If it didn't work for me, if they're telling me it doesn't work for them, if I'm unhappy as an employee, so we opened Loyobo FIT to try to figure out what that different way looks like. And we're really proud now to feel like we got it figured out, a way to look at fitness as a foundation for your confidence, to embrace joyful movement, to embrace mindful eating, and to have everything centered around the idea of that your body is enough. And I think that's so much what fitness and the beauty industries, their starting point is your body is not good enough. Here's how to change it. And we flip that on its head and we're like, nope, you're good the way that you are. We just want to help you feel your best and discover how to listen to the wisdom of your body because you've got it. We just want to help you figure it out.
Totally. Oh my gosh. I love this. I love this so much. And your philosophy is so aligned with who we are in Happy Healthy Women, right? It's about feeling good. It's about nourishing for health. It's about moving for health and feeling great, not for, a bikini body or
and the connection of other women too. I think that's such a huge part of it, of sharing our experiences and sharing our knowledge and recognizing how much it matters as far as who you surround and what type of energy you surround yourself with.
100%. Yeah, for sure. Okay,
so like the Happy Healthy Women Kool-Aid.
You drink it. I know. We drink each other's Kool-Aid, totally. So talk to me a little bit about. So okay, we're here to talk about body positivity, and so I've been looking a lot into this lately and sharing this as well in my workshops about diet culture, right? And about like you said, what we're told, what we believe is the right thing for us, right? So I've got to go on this strict diet and cut out carbs and blah, blah, right? And it's so detrimental to who we are as individuals. And so I'd love to hear your thoughts on body positivity. I know that you have a few ways that we can really start to dig deeper into that and start to love our bodies, no matter what shape or size. So yeah, talk to me about what that means.
Yeah, and it's a really great question. And I like to acknowledge conversations about body positivity, the fact that my lived experience as, a more thin identifying white woman, we have to give credence to the fact that a big part of this movement is normalizing normal bodies and especially marginalized bodies. And it's about recognizing that you don't have to fit into this, standardized definition of what is a worthy body to have one. that there is worth and beauty in bigger bodies. So we're really, a big part of working against diet culture is working against anti-fatness and fat phobia. So bigger bodies are beautiful, differently abled bodies are beautiful, Black bodies are beautiful, Indigenous bodies are beautiful. That kind of allowing yourself to really embrace that mentality is a big part of it. And then from like an individual perspective is I think, as you said, like rewriting the story, rewriting your own story about what is your body to you? What is your relationship with your body? What have you been told about your body? What's your relationship to exercise and movement? What's your relationship like to food? And just questioning all the things that we've all been taught, that many of them, our parents and generations before us did the best they could with what they got, but we're kind of allowing ourselves and opening up this space to challenge those narratives. And, even something as simple, I was writing about this the other day, of like how many of us were told like you couldn't leave the dinner table until you ate everything that was on your plate, right? Of even just that simple, aiming to be helpful narrative of like getting your child to eat. Really at the base of it is this idea of diet culture, which is you can't trust your own body. Your body is something to be controlled. Your body is something to be, your relationship with food is like there's rules about food that you have to do this and you can't do that. And yeah, this food is bad and that food is good. That's all at the heart of it, is even simple notions like that. So it's all about coming back to who you are and trusting in the wisdom of your body and learning how to have that relationship again.
For sure. And I'm sure that, there's so many women that are likely watching this feeling that, like even me, I looked in the mirror this morning and was like, oh boy, like, those workouts are really working. Like, or, if they aren't, like, oh boy, like my butt's looking a little bit, more chubby today than I thought it. Like, right. Like this is the way that we talk to ourselves. And like, according to what? So I'm sure that there are so many people that are watching this that are feeling like, yeah, like I'm in this kind of like prison of thought when it comes to my body and how I judge myself, right? And so how do we start to come away from these thoughts, Courtney? Like, yeah, how do we just start to like release these shackles, as I like to say?
Yeah, and I have 5 tips that I want to share today, and I'm probably going to throw in a bonus one too.
Awesome, so, love it.
The first tip that I would love to share is being really mindful. And I like to joke that this is the only detox you need, is being really mindful about the type of media you consume. And that includes both like social media, so the people that you surround yourself with, what you see on your newsfeed, and also the television, the magazines, the news articles, all the different things that you consume and read and take in on a daily basis. And the easiest way to do that is by filling since we all have so much control over our news feeds, especially on social media, is really seeking out accounts that showcase a different standard, a different way of doing life, of filling your newsfeed with different types of bodies and accounts that are asking the same questions that we are, of just showing you the other way. Because as long as we continue to surround ourselves with the same sort of influences and the same sort of media, it's kind of like a habit, right? Like we just always use the same language. We always ask the same questions, and you're constantly being shown again and again, this is how you should be.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you start to open up space, then you start to see, something as simple as, okay, if you're seeing beautifully polished, smooth skin every day, it makes you feel badly that you don't have that. But then as soon as you see lots of people with lots of bumpy skin and cellulite and dimples and jiggles and rolls, then you start to be like, okay, I'm not the only one. Again, coming back to that connection, having that, community around you that says this is okay can really be a great first step to that subconscious level of just seeing it and consuming that as an alternative. So that I would say would be the first step is detoxing your social media and the media you consume. Another great thing that I love, especially with women, that I love to recommend is spending time naked. And just normalizing that, normalizing what your body looks like and feels like, and how it looks in different positions and how it looks in different lighting, and allowing yourself just to be, putting on that observer hat instead of the judgment hat, and just allowing yourself to spend time with you, I think is so important. Because so often women, we cover up, we hide things, we shame ourselves about things. So just taking back that power. And it could be something as like you just like reading your book, something that you would normally do, but just try naked.
Yeah.
Just see what happens. Yeah. Another one that we are big fans of is affirmations and statements of gratitude. So often, especially at the root of diet culture, the narrative, as I said, is that your body is not to be trusted. It's not good enough. We always have to be finding the next thing to make it better. So using statements of gratitude to retrain our brain to start to see the positive elements of who we are and our bodies. There's actually like so much science behind this, that statements of gratitude release serotonin and dopamine. So you're getting the dose of happy hormones. And then that's, creates a really positive kind of addiction of it's going to make you feel good, which is going to get you the results that you're looking for, which is going to make you want to do it more. So just, looking in the mirror and telling yourself what you want to hear and what you need to hear. And for a lot of people, I always call it the woo-woo factor. This feels very woo-woo to some people, especially if, we're talking about something like self-worth. If you inherently right now feel that you are not worthy, it's going to be really hard to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am worthy. That's going to feel super icky and not aligned and like a load of hooey, and you're just going to say, this Courtney gal, she's full of crap. I'm going to ignore this advice. So I often challenge people, just instead of going from negative to positive, even just try the neutral statement. Try taking out the judgment. So if your current line of self-talk is, I'm not good enough, maybe take it to just like, I am showing up every day, right? Like there's no neutral, it's just a neutral statement. There's no judgment in that. And it helps you learn how to just see the difference between a neutral statement and where that negative judgment comes in. And then once we get used to the neutral and we feel good about the neutral, then we can start to build in that empowering positive language. So everyday affirmations and gratitude statements is a great way to start to retrain our brain and put a new narrative in its place.
Story.
Yeah,
sure. I love that.
I think is really important. A big one, and now I'm obviously very biased in this regard, but regular strength training and movement. There's a reason that I believe that fitness is the foundation of confidence and self-love, because I think that, there's such an empowering, especially for women, there's such an empowering mind shift change that can happen when you allow yourself to explore your body's strength and to see what it's capable of, and to focus on an ability-based view of your body rather than a looks-based view of our body. Especially because women's bodies are like kick-ass. Like we are responsible for the human race. So like when you start to look at it like that, you're like, damn, there's stuff to celebrate here. Who cares if I have, a little bit of extra jiggle or some some scars or stretch marks or whatever it is. And the more that you are able to do strength training and movement that is truly rooted in joy. And what I mean by that is asking yourselves, like, what else does movement give me? Letting go of the, I'm doing this to look a certain way, or I'm doing this because I ate something and now need to work it off, or I'm doing this because I should do it. What else does movement give you? How else does it improve your life? From my own personal experience, I have anxiety disorder. So if I don't work out, and when I say work out, I mean strength training, resistance training, getting myself to sweat, my anxiety rears its ugly head fast. So I've learned that it's crucial for me to show up and be present in my life and to live my best life and to have a positive mental health outlook is through movement. And that's, you know, and plus it does build my confidence. I feel kick-ass when I lift something heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I can take on the world. And we always use the expression too, like, especially right now, move your body, move your mood. It's the easiest way if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling low energy, if you're feeling, you know, down about yourself or insecure or frustrated or angry or sad or whatever it is. Just by taking a few, and it doesn't have to be, you know, hours and hours. It can be 5 minutes. Get up and dance for 5 minutes. Get up and stretch for 5 minutes. And, you know, so many good things happen in our bodies that allow us to shift our perspective and look at things differently. So moving.
Love it. Love it.
And then my last tip, for the official tip for today, and I can give one bonus one if we have enough time, is, and this is a big one, and this one even I have been recently embracing even more. Dress for the body you have and get rid of stuff that's lingering in your closet that either doesn't fit or makes you feel anything less than awesome. I think that, and you know, I was guilty. Actually, I was just telling Natalie before we jumped on that I just moved, and I had these 2 pairs of jeans hanging in my closet, and I love the jeans, but they just don't, like, I could get them. I'm sure we all have those pants. I could get them on, but once they were on, I was like, okay. And I finally went out, and they would make me feel bad every time I looked at them in my closet. If I went to try them on, I didn't feel great in them, which means I never wore them, which means they were just like this constant reminder of just like negative emotions around, yeah, that idea of I should fit them, but I don't. And I got rid of them, and I just went out and bought a new pair of pants.
Yeah.
And that alone was like such a small thing, but made such a difference as far as like, I don't have that negative reminder in my closet. And now I have pants that, regardless of the size, I feel good in, they're comfortable, I want to wear them. And something small like that of just like, accept your body for what it is, rather than constantly, and in this case, literally trying to squeeze it into something that it's not.
Yeah. Or the opposite of like wearing like drapey, really loose clothing because you feel like you have to hide, right? Like show your curves, like,
or
right? It's all about
hanging onto the bigger clothes in case your body changes or whatever. Just let your body change, and you know, accept it in all its glory, in all different shapes and sizes. Because if there's one thing, as I think we've all learned in the last year, if there's one thing that's predictable about life, it is that it is unpredictable.
That's right.
And
that's right.
You know, it's normal for, just as we change and grow as people, our bodies change and grow. That's just, you know, sometimes we're in smaller bodies, sometimes we're in bigger bodies, sometimes, you know, we just look different. And I think if you look back throughout your life, you don't just have one body, you've had many different phases and versions of that body. And you will have many more versions in the future. So let's just be in the moment and allow our body to be as it is without trying to force it into something else.
I love it. I love it. And you know what I love so much about this is that you nail it so hard on the head, that it's like more about not punishment, not doing things for punishment because we had a piece of cake or a bagel or carbs at dinner. Oh my God, right? Like it's more about doing it for the joy and for what it's going to bring us, and looking at the gifts of movement and nourishing our bodies in the right ways. So I love that. You did have one bonus. So do you want to quickly run through that bonus? And then, because I'm like, I can't not have you say the bonus. We're going to go over a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So share your bonus and also tell us how people can work with you. I know that you have a virtual membership right now. People can get a little taste of your classes in our Wellpreneur Club right now. But do you want to share a little bit? Yeah, go ahead. Last bonus, and how do we work with you?
So the last bonus is write a letter to your body. And this can be such a powerful experience. And this can be writing a letter to your body now. It could be writing a letter to your body at a specific time that happened in the past. If you have a kind of a traumatic moment, or you know, maybe you have that looking back at, you know, your 20-something body and maybe reminiscing a little bit, or even your body in the future, and just like write to it as if it's a person, and express all your thoughts. And then you can either, you know, if you're writing it to future body, you can save it in a special spot and open it on that date. Or if you're writing it to past body, then like do a great, beautiful ceremony, maybe burn it safely, or rip it up and put it out into the universe. But that can often be a really great way of getting our thoughts out on paper, seeing things from a new perspective, and bringing in some of that healing and forgiveness, and giving ourselves permission that maybe we didn't have when we needed it in the past, and finding a way to move forward. So write a letter. It's a really great cathartic exercise.
Love
and
it.
Yeah, if you want to work with me, there's tons of ways. We are a hybrid studio now, so we have a fully virtual online community, or if you're in the Guelph area, you can come and join us in person at the studio, since we are able to reopen now.
Yay!
And there's so many different ways that you can connect with us. Feel free to reach out, and if you message this online session, I would be happy to give you free access to our self-love webinar, where we basically dive into our self-love formula with some really great tips and actions and strategies for how to start building that self-love into your life, and again, how to reframe exercise and movement and eating in a way that doesn't align with diet culture and really builds your confidence. So we are at loyobofit.com. That's LOYOBOFIT.com. Same thing on Instagram and Facebook, LoyoboFit. And you can email me info@loyobofit.com. And again, just mention that you've tuned in, or leave a comment, and I'll send you a DM too.
Awesome. So all of the Happy Healthy Women, incredible community members and collective members, and you can go check out Loyobo FIT and definitely get that bonus, because that's so worth it. So incredible. And also, as I said, if you are a Wellpreneur or a collective member, so a branch director or a trailblazer or a Wellpreneur with Happy Healthy Women, you can try some of Courtney's classes for free in the Wellpreneur in our vault. So check that out. And if you're not one of those, then you can join for free this month. So one more reason, win-win for everybody. Go check out her classes. This woman, if anyone was at our summit, like, you were so much fun. Like, it was so much fun to have you there and dancing with us and doing Zumba.
Dancing with hundreds of ladies in the room.
We will get there again. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Courtney, for being here. I just love and adore you. Your energy is beautiful, and I am so grateful that you are part of this community. So thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you for being at the start of all of this, and the love is totally mutual.
Yay! All right, everybody, take care. Have a great day, and go check out Loyobo FIT. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.